Hola amigos and possible amigas, my name is Taff316, welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments. It's Thursday, I jumped ahead. I say it's Thursday and per usual, and I just said Thursday. It's Thursday, so per usual, let's read some comments. You should react to Phoenix Nights. It's on Channel 4. Channel 4 immediately tells me Vimeo. But here's the thing about Phoenix Nights. It's a show that I feel like I've gotten a lot of suggestions before, and I may even talked about in like reading comments video before. But it's a show that, like, even though I've heard of a lot, I don't actually know any information about it, and if I learned any of it at any point, I haven't retained it. So, and I'll probably forget to look it up again. So if someone would be so kind, who knows about the show, to give me a little bit of plot information without spoiling too much, it would be much appreciated. Love Island is a game show where no one wins, especially not the audience. You know, I gotta be honest, there's very few reaction videos I've done where I don't really enjoy what I'm reacting to. But that's one of them. Yes, it's time we have a change of presenters around here. Where's that nice American family who talk about Britain? Or maybe that nice American couple who don't talk about much of anything? Do you need stronger prescription glasses? How can you mistake a 4 for a 7? Oh no, you accidentally said the wrong number. You son of a bitch. But seriously, I mean, I said the wrong number. Like, that's it. Tune in tomorrow with a new host. You've been banished to the garden shed. Someone else will take over, because that's how YouTube works. Yeah, or I could just live in the basement with Rob. Ignore the haters. You're very entertaining. If you talk about Brexit, please don't. It was just a suggestion. People would still watch just for you. Here's the thing about that. I was discussing this with some of the audience on stream today. Technically yesterday. Well, it's still today for me, because it's 11 p.m. as I'm recording this. I'm thinking about doing another Prime Minister's question video. I did one of those over a year ago. And the only reason I'm thinking about doing a new one is because there's a new Prime Minister. Theresa May is no longer in office. Although apparently, like, the UK Parliament just got shut down today or something. Something like that. Rob was telling me about it earlier, so that's something. So maybe now wouldn't be a good time, but sometime in the future. I gotta know what I'm getting into with that, because if you look at that, aside from maybe commercials too, that video is probably the most toxic comment section I have. Is, what is it, the Prime Minister's questions? 1,200 comments, and most of them are just chains of political arguments. And that's the same thing I'm going to get if I do another video of it, but I'm tempted. Cat hair. In my house, it's carpet, accessory, and condiment. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, especially Kitty. Like, Jerry was not, like, very fluffy. He was more of like a straight-haired cat, but Kitty was a ragdoll. And I thought she was a Persian for the longest time, but when I looked more into the breed, she's a ragdoll. And her hair just goes everywhere. I still have it on some of my clothes, and she was put to sleep like 3 months ago. I think to both my family reacted an episode of Red Dwarf from Series 7, a bit of an odd starting place. Backwards, first episode of Series 3. Ah, got you, okay. That's Series 4, Camille, White Hole, and Meltdown are some of my personal favorites. I feel like Camille's going to be the episode of I do when I end up doing episode 3. But, okay, but I remember the episode, I thought it was backwards, because the episode I remember them reacting to was the entire episode was in reverse. I swear that's what it was, but maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Is the green screen behind you real or an effect? No, it's pretty real. See? It's pretty real. I don't use it for these kind of videos. I use it when I'm doing reactions or when I'm streaming and my webcam's in the bottom right hand corner. The reason you can't see the background behind me when I'm doing those is because I have the green screen. Please react to Am I High on CBBC or Blue Peter. I've never heard of Am I High, I gotta be honest. CBBC is usually fine for YouTube, so I might be able to do that on YouTube. Blue Peter, I actually did a significant clip of, maybe like a 7-8 minute clip of, not a full episode, but back when I used to do compilations and everything of, I think it was British Children's Programs number 2. There's a good sized Blue Peter clip in there. About the cats, I agree that you should wait to get new cats. Trying to replace your old cats doesn't work. It isn't really fair on new kitty either. That's pretty much the perfect way of putting it. I can't agree with you more. I don't want to feel like I'm replacing Kitty or Jerry. You know what I mean? If I would get a new cat now, I feel like that's exactly what I would be doing. No, you may talk about it every 5 comment sections or so, but you can't pronounce it properly. Think of it as hello, hello, but without the H, and say it in a suspicious French policeman's accent. For everyone who gets that, good moaning. I don't get it, and I'm certainly not going to try to do a French accent. But, so without the H, so it's like LOLO then? Because I was saying it like aloe, but it's like LOLO instead. Hopefully. I'm probably still butchering it, but hopefully that was closer. If I get featured in the next Reading Your Comments video, then I'll be featured in the next Reading Your Comments video. Can't argue with that logic. More Blackadder. I've talked about Blackadder 2 forever, and I've had 3 episodes of Blackadder 2 forever. Maybe I should do that next month, because I've talked about next month. I'm trying to do 3 Vimeo videos a month. One of them is going to be Inbetweeners until I finish it. I'm going to do an episode of Only Fools and Horses next month, and I'm still debating what the third Vimeo video is going to be, but I feel like maybe it should be Blackadder 2 since I've been sitting on that so long. Not enough has gone wrong. Careful what you wish for. I mean, with the Inbetweeners, I've seen so much to show at this point. I've seen, 11 episodes? Like, I've seen more than half the show, and I've picked up on the tells at this point. Like, nothing goes right in that fucking show. And it's like, what was it that went wrong with Will? I already don't remember. I remember what went wrong with Jay, because it overshadowed it so much. Will, he screwed up his date because he put the wig in his pants. I'm like, that's hilarious, but that's not nearly as bad as what should be happening. And then Jay jacked off on a picture of an old lady, on a young picture of an old lady in front of her, and then shook her son's hand with his cum hand. Yeah, that amount fits the criteria. It really does. You know, Jay wasn't lying when it said how fast he could ejaculate. It really did take 30 seconds. You know, I gotta be honest, my main focus in that scene was not focusing on how long it took him to come, but I guess we all have different priorities. But I feel like you've reacted to this one before. I haven't. He's talking about the Inbetweeners. I'm doing them in order, but maybe it's similar to one of the other episodes I've already done. Can't think of what it is, but maybe it is. I am on YouTube, and watch YouTube, therefore I am. Okay, Yoda, do whatever you want. How do I copy a picture without tracing it? Explains how to trace a picture. That was from Smart. And to be fair, I think maybe he worded it wrong. I think what he was trying to showing is how to trace a picture without tracing paper. Like, because, you know, that's what kids would probably typically use as tracing paper. So I think that's what he was mainly trying to say. He just didn't word it real great. Regular Demon Headmaster. Rob and I were actually talking about this the other day. He might get an episode of that. Is there interest in that? Let me know what your thoughts on Demon Headmaster are. The music was from Terry and June, an 80s BBC sitcom. Oh, okay. It was also in SpongeBob. I was correct. And I imagine that's where most American kids would associate it from, as I don't think they had Terry and June here. But I don't know if they use it anymore, though. I feel like they only used it in the earlier episodes, like the late 90s and early 2000s episodes. Wasn't the singing fish called Billy Big Mouth Bass? Yeah, it was. I remember that. I don't know what the version, if you had one of those versions, I don't know what yours sung. I'm sure there's a bunch of different versions, but mine sung the Bob Marley song. Don't worry. Be happy. Be happy now. So I want to interrupt the video real quick. I'm editing right now for some Mandela effect bullshit I just found. I always thought that song Don't Worry, Be Happy was by Bob Marley. Turns out it wasn't. It was by Bobby McFerrin, who wrote it 7 years after Marley died. That's pretty crazy. I always thought it was by Marley, but it was not. Please react to 8 out of 10 Cats comedy panel show. Again, when I used to do compilations, this was actually in one of them. It's in the game shows compilation. That video is now significantly shorter because I had to cut some things out of it. For reasons I've explained multiple times already. The deleted scenes video was uploaded yesterday. You can see a clip from that in there, and there'll be another clip from that coming in deleted scenes too. But maybe I'll do a full episode of it in the future. Which kids were meant to get the Terminator reference? Well, I mean, I don't know about there, but here, Terminator is a very well-known character, even today. And especially considering this was the 90s at the time the episode of Smart was shown, which was a lot closer to when the movies were come out. I imagine a good amount of kids would have gotten it, to be honest. Heartbeat was not an art show, it was a period drama. I guess there were 2 different heartbeats. The heartbeat you're talking about is not the heartbeat I'm talking about. Basically, the heartbeat I'm talking about is Heartbeat with no A. It was Tony Hart's second art show, basically right after Take Heart ended, like a year later. He got another show named Heartbeat. Again, I don't know how different it is from Take Heart, but if there's enough differences that you guys would like me to react to it, then I'd be open to it. The presenters are presenters, actors basically. Doubt they come up with any of the ideas. Tony Hart probably did. He's a trained designer. I'm not sure why you keep reacting to kid shows though, especially this time in history. More reactions weekly, please. No, I gotta get the subscribers numbers climbing again. Okay, let's dissect this. Actors basically don't come up with any ideas. I mean, I seemed like Mark Spate was really into it, knew what he was doing. I kind of find it hard to believe he didn't come up with anything. Tony Hart was a trained designer, and I think someone told me he designed the Blue Peter logo. Not sure why you keep reacting to kid shows though, especially this time in history, because it's what the audience wants. We're on an art shows kick. The Art Attack and take heart, ones did pretty well. I think I explained that at the beginning. More reactions weekly, please. I'm not going to change how that is because I feel like I have a good balance. The reaction videos are every 3 days, and I've bumped that up from what it used to be. It used to be every 4 days. They're every 3 days now. And I feel like that's a good balance. I'm not trying to be like Ashton and John and just spamming reaction videos, because if I just spam reaction videos, I don't feel like that's going to really help my subscriber numbers. I really don't. I think it would hurt me, if anything. So, yeah, I'm going to keep it how it is. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments, per usual. If you want a chance to get your comment read next week, just comment down below in the comment section. Usually, like I said before, where I pull these comments from are the previous week's Reading Your Comments video and the 2 reaction videos in between the 2 Reading Your Comments videos. Like, for example, the comments in this video were all pulled from Reading Your Comments last week. The Inbetweeners is now live on Vimeo video on YouTube, and the Smart video. That's where all these comments were pulled for. So basically those would be, this video and the 2 reaction videos I post before the next Reading Comments video would be your best chance, would be your best place to comment if you're looking to get a comment read in this video. But that is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like it. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch where I stream every single day, my second channel, Free 16 Reviews, my Twitter if you want to follow me on my Patreon, if you want to support me on my Vimeo, all those things are in the description. Thank you to all 20 of my Patrons currently named in the description. I appreciate you guys and your support. For those of you guys don't know, the reward I'm offering to my Patrons is I basically get to see the reaction videos 1 day early, and I don't have tiers. You could be sub to me. You could be supporting me for $1 or whatever. It doesn't matter the amount. But if you're a Patreon of me on Patreon, you get to see them 1 day early. And I'm thinking about making these Reading Your Comments videos, maybe starting next week, available on there 1 day early as well, considering I forget a lot when it comes to reading your comments. So, like, I sometimes forget to make them, probably because they're on a set day or something. But then again, reaction videos are a free day. I don't know why I always forget, but it seems like I forget. So I might start doing that on Patreon as well. Also in the description, you can find a link to my schedule, where you can see what's going to be posted daily on the channel. But all that being said, my name is Taff16. It's been another episode of Reading Your Comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.